I have a hankering to make some sourdough pancakes, but apparently some of the things I need are missing, and I don't have proper pots and pans, so I figure I have nothing to lose. What I'm going to do is take some Fleischmann's active yeast, and I'm going to put some into this Ziploc baggie. There you see, it's about a teaspoon. Then I'm going to take this warmed up water and pour it into the baggie too, where it will dissolve and activate the yeast. And since it's a Ziploc, it should be watertight. So I'm just going to let that soak for a minute, mix it up some, and then I have to add a couple cups of flour, and I'm actually going to add buttermilk. And so I'm going to use 2 cups of flour and about the same of buttermilk. This is a 1 gallon sized Ziploc, so it should be able to hold whatever amount of expansion happens. So let me, I'm going to set this for a minute and get my flour in the bag, and I don't really measure it, I just kind of eyeball it, and then add liquid to get the dough batter to the right consistency. And then we're just going to set it in the fridge for until tomorrow morning and make pancakes. So for right now, it's just going to be add the yeast to warm water, let it soak for a little while, and dilute, mix, and do what it's going to do. Then we add our flour, buttermilk, sugar, and then in the morning we will work the flour back down, add more liquid if we need to, and then add some salt and baking soda, and make some sourdough pancakes. Okay, so let me set this down for a minute and continue on with my emergency sourdough pancakes preparation. Okay, so I found a suitable substitute for a measuring cup. So I will take 2 measures of flour using the cup and dump it on in. And oh shoot, my cup broke. One of the things we do for food. Okay, so there is roughly 2 cups. Now I need to get my buttermilk. This is Dairy Gold's Bulgarian style buttermilk. Richer, thicker. Shake that up a little bit. Get the lid off. And I need 2 hands. Okay, and so we're just going to kind of eyeball how much to put in. And that's about the right amount there. Let me grab some sugar out of the ye old pantry. Here we go. And we're just going to add enough sugar here. A couple of tablespoons is what I'm supposed to put in there. Keep the yeast activated and going. And sugar coming out the back of that too. Okay, so there's roughly a couple of tablespoons, and I'll just give a little extra just in case the yeast is hungry. And oh, look at that, I have RVNet open, and I'm looking at sourdough starter question. Didn't quite answer my question, but that's what got me started on this. So okay, now we're gonna close this one-handed again. Okay, and so now we're just going to mix our flour and buttermilk and get everything all mixed together. Make sure we have a good batter consistency. Get that sugar and yeast all worked around inside of the baggie here. Try to keep it from the top there, and try to keep it somewhat clean. But yeah, it's seems to be working pretty good for emergency sourdough pancakes. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, that's looking good. You know, by George, I think we've got, and even has a little bit of a yeasty, sourdoughy smell to it. So good, there we go. We have sourdough batter here. And so by George, I think I've got sourdough pancakes for breakfast. So I'm just going to set this over here, keep an eye on it for a while. And hope for the best. I'm just going to set it right there on top of the stove. That way I can keep an eye on it. It'll warm up a little bit, let the yeast get active, and then if there's a lot of expansion, then I'm keeping an eye on it, and I can burp the bag if there's pressure buildup inside of it. Okay, so that's it for now, and we'll finish this up tomorrow morning with the finished product. Okay, my sourdough turned out nicely. Look at this. It's filled up the bag like a balloon. It rose and then went back down, so I'm with about the original amount that I started with now. It had doubled in size from bubbling last night. You know, I guess it's carbon dioxide that the yeast gases off. So I'm going to put in the rest of the ingredients now. Some egg, baking soda, salt, and mix it all back up, and then if I need to, I'll add a little more buttermilk, and then start making pancakes. Alright, let us finish this up here. I'm going to pop the bag, or burp it. See if I can do this one-handed. Okay, it definitely smells like sourdough. And look at that. It's looking good. Alright, let us get a dash of baking soda. Maybe a little bit more. Spread it out on top because I don't have a mixing spoon. All I got is this. Then we need an egg. Gonna have to one-hand this. Let's see, there's a sharp edge. Okay. There's our egg. Get in there. Done with that. Dry the hand a little bit. Get the egg yolk off. Okay, now let us seal this up and do a little more mixing on it. I'm going to zip the little Ziploc bag shut. And now I can, gotta let the air out. I can't manipulate it very well. Okay, so now we'll just scrunch the bag around and get everything all mixed up in here nicely. Okay. Let's get the Teflon pan and everything else with it. Wow. Okay. Pancake number 2. Butter up the pan real quick. Grab the goods, and this time not so much. I almost had a runaway.
Yeah, I see that. Now you have to... Did you actually use a recipe or just memory?
I'm just making it up. You know me, I've been cooking that way for years. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. As long as everything that you're using a little bit of this and that of tastes good, you know that all of it together is still going to taste good.
Yeah.
And sometimes even better.
Okay, well, Linnea's going to have the turkey done around 2 o'clock, she thinks.
Oh?
So we ain't going to get much work done today.
Well, Christmas Eve, Sunday.
We don't have that much to do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can go up and finish watching the Seahawks lose.
Oh, yeah.
They're playing the Cowboys, and I don't think the Cowboys are as good as the other teams, but...
I heard the statistic that the Cowboys have lost more games in their stadium than any other team. Okay, that's actually a very classic sourdough pancake
look.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can hear the anticipation in
That one
Dave's
smells
voice.
better.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is good.
Mm-hmm. You just didn't have the heat quite right on the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And you poured too much on.
Mm-hmm.
You really f***ed up.
Okay, that's 1 minute beyond.
Okay. You take the camera.
Okay.
Say some relevant remark.
Okay, so there is Dave's pancake and the syrup, and there's the ravenous Dave anxiously grabbing. Hey, you can't eat that without syrup.
Not that ravenous because I've been eating Christmas cookies all day.
Oh, well, that's healthy.
I guess this has a spout on it, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it tends to work when you pop it open. Okay, and there we have the pour.
And we got too much.
Now we have the spreading of the syrup across the playfield.
Now we have the airing of the grievances.
You know, first comes the bite and then the airing of the grievances.
Well, you remember that's from, don't you?
Oh, what one?
Airing of the grievances is from Festivus.
Oh, that's right. Oh, man. I'm getting it all.
I ain't got a knife.
Oh. Well, you gotta say something.
Well, you weren't using one, so I figured you didn't have any.
Yeah.
Okay.
Picky?
Yeah, so then they all sit down at the dinner table and have airing of the grievances on Christmas Eve. Festivus.
And there goes. We have the first bite. And there's the honest reaction.
Tastes like French toast.
Oh, does it?
A little bit.
Huh. So it's acceptable. You're not going to throw it at me.
Very good.
Okay. Well, good.